I'm going to be very brief today, take a few minutes of your time to talk about an initiative that Astellas is working on that we're incredibly proud of and hopefully will be a valuable use of the time. So thank you for the committee to allow me to come in and do a presentation. Thank you to all that are in the audience for allowing me as well, and thank you to CSG for putting this together, another fantastic conference that we're very proud to be a part of. So my name is Adam Miller. I'm Director of State Health Policy for Astellas Pharma, and in that capacity I do a number of different things, but one of probably my greatest pleasures I get out of it is working with our corporate social responsibility and corporate communications departments in some of the efforts they do with what's called our APGD unit, which is our Astellas Pharma Global Development, which is all our, as you were talking, our chemists, our physicists, our scientists, and these guys and ladies are absolutely amazing, globally as well as in the United States. So to give you a little bit of background, we're going to go through a few discussion points today very briefly and then answer any questions you have so you know how to get your science teachers involved across the country in this effort as we expand it outside of really where we've had our hubs of on-the-ground operations, and as I think one of the speakers said, they're from southern Illinois. We're based in Deerfield, so we're in northern Illinois. So we've done a lot of this throughout the Illinois community and now are moving out across the U.S. From New York, where we have OSI Pharmaceuticals operationally specializing in oncology research, to Agensis here in Santa Monica, California, specializing in monoclonal antibody research. So as you ask, you know, who we are, we're not a large company, but we do have a significant global presence. We have roughly 2,400 employees in the United States, many of them centered in Illinois, but that number's expanded in recent years due to some acquisitions that we've had in a number of areas and now have on-the-ground operations in about 7 states across the United States and obviously operations in every state within our R&D capacities as well as sales and marketing. And we do have a deep commitment to corporate social responsibility, not only in the scientific arena. We do a Changing Tomorrow Day and a number of different things that are more Illinois-focused, but this past year went global, and we're operationalized in every state across the country in order to help with a number of different charities that we work with and individual charities from our employees. In fact, last year, just tallying it, I think we approximated roughly 15,500 to 16,000 volunteer hours from our employees in the United States. So it's very, when they're not working, they're certainly out in their communities. So today I want to talk with you a little bit about our focus on science education. And I was at another organization recently and a similar question came up, why do you focus on science education? Aren't you a healthcare company? And when you look at what we do as a biopharmaceutical research company, this is probably the perfect committee to have this discussion because we can't be a multi-generational company moving from one generation of product to the next if we only have one generation of scientists. And those scientists come from our schools. And in order to have good scientists, we need to have a valuable education process which adequately prepares and trains them to become the next generation of researchers, which creates the miracle drugs that we're able to bring to market. But not just the product that we bring to market, but also just advancing the science that helps other areas of both the engineering and scientific community achieve their needs as well. It's a very networked and tight community, and having a STEM process in our school systems that's supported by both the public and private sector is incredibly important, since we have a deep feeling that we have a responsibility once our scientists reach their PhD levels and are now contributing to us, that they also contribute back. So therefore, starting in about 2005, when our company was formed through a merger of 2 smaller companies, we partnered with the National Science Teachers Association, and our corporate social responsibility endeavors in science education were really fully established. As the growth of NSTA and our partnership with iBio expanded, being an Illinois company, we moved forward, and even in the depths of the recession in 2010, put a significant amount of time and other resources, including money, to put together ScienceWorks in order to assist science teachers, not only in Illinois, but across the country, be able to deliver high-impact teaching to their students in the classroom to not only prepare, but also excite the next generation of teachers. I'm a hydrogeology major by my undergrad with a satellite cartography minor and some other things, and enjoyed math quite a bit. And then this past year, to me personally, this has a big impact. My university eliminated my major, and they eliminated it due to lack of interest. So as you can see, I mean, getting that letter was an impactful moment for me because it highlighted personally to me the fact that across the country as universities move forward trying to train the next generation of teachers, they're only going to be able to train them if they're excited and ready to enter those fields. And personally coming from those fields, I feel prepared me very well for health and health education because they're a synonymous symbiotic relationship between all of the different scientists. So if we prepare them for our industry, they're naturally going to be prepared and ready to go into other industries as well. So why focus on science education? I gave you my personal example, and I don't mean to single out Illinois up here, certainly. These statistics can play out nationally, but I think the bottom one is the most important, that experts indicate that even though American teens are embracing the subjects of STEM, we're losing there early, and the lack of necessary encouragement from mentors is hampering those efforts. And that means that we need to put our scientists in the school system to be able to not only inspire the students, but also inspire the teachers and keep those great teachers in the school. You heard some of the salary levels and other impediments that you folks face in trying to keep the best and the brightest in the classroom, but also just the fact of the connection to the mentoring and feeling that they're able to go from year 1 to year 2 to year 3 and be able to positively contribute is a significant force in the science and mathematics teaching arena. So ScienceWorks is a mentoring program. It's an online resource and on-the-ground network to support science teachers' needs both inside and outside the classroom, especially new science teachers in developing curricula, exciting them and exciting their students. And it also seeks to increase the role and understanding of science and how it plays into human health, medicine, education, technology, as well as engineering. So it's not solely focused on healthcare, but I think a lot of people don't necessarily realize the advances in science, as funny as it may sound, are due to the fact that individuals are excited and involved in science from an early age. There's a reason why people drop the major, because it's a difficult major, but it's not difficult if you're excited about it early on. I talk with our researchers, none of them feel it's difficult, and that's because they were excited from an early age. And I can guarantee you every one of our scientists I talk to has a particular teaching mentor that they worked with that got them excited and ready to go in the field that they're in now, contributing to human health. And I have a video that's connected to the internet, so I won't play it today, but talked about just the lengthened lifespan, not from the pharmaceutical industry per se, but just from medicine from 1960 until today, and the advent of human science and human health, and what the ability of those mentors to get those people involved in science has done merely from 1960 until 2012 is nothing less than amazing. And to think about the fact that we may not have had that had we not had those mentors in the classroom is really what drives us for this next generation that faces even more significant challenges in scientific endeavor, from mapping the human genome to deep space flight to identifying the cause and cures for cancer. So ScienceWorks, from that standpoint, is an online resource that your science teachers can go to. And we have a Stellus Science Pros, and this comes, I did not pick this image, came from our corporate communications department. And our Science Pros that work on the ground with science teachers are able to come into their classrooms, are able to work with them on developing curricula, are able to assist them especially in lesson planning and being able to get their students excited and themselves excited to deliver the nuances of science. I think I heard earlier about training people to be science teachers, not necessarily the world's greatest chemist. I don't know if that's necessarily a force in an elementary school, but getting them excited and involved in what science can be and how good they can be at it is absolutely critical, and these folks play an incredible role in demonstrating why being a physicist isn't out of the realm of possibility for every single 10-year-old that's sitting in a 5th grade classroom. We also have virtual Science Pros, and this is exciting, which means that no science teacher doesn't have access to this. So apologize for the double negative. But from a standpoint of getting your science teachers involved, even if we don't have a facility within driving distance or can get somebody there, we can use Uvu and Skype and a number of different resources that we've partnered with to create the ability to have these people in your classroom even if they can't physically be there. And because of our Facebook, which if you have $38 today, you can go out and buy yourself a piece of Facebook. But from a science, it's probably going to be a lot higher by this afternoon. But from the ScienceWorks community and what we're doing there, we store our lesson plans online that come directly from our teachers. And it really kind of amazing. We just had a contest where we posted all the different lessons plans and have awarded thousands of dollars to teachers to go out. They give us a lesson plan. We say we'll fund it. We run these contests for them. You got to go see what some of these individuals have created. And we post them all online. So every science teacher can go online, take a look, find a lesson plan that they can use for their students in combination with their district's curricula, and then they are able to use that free of charge to drive forward with their science students. This is incredibly important for your new science teachers, especially in schools where you may have had high turnover. My mother was a third grade teacher for 30 years, and when she retired, 5 of her colleagues left, which meant that all of the 3rd and 4th grade teachers with significant tenure had left, which meant that the district was bringing in brand new teachers that didn't necessarily have that peer-to-peer mentoring. This is an area that they can go if they're a new teacher or one that feels they want something new in their classroom to be able to generate award-winning lesson plans without having to recreate the wheel. And it's all at no expense to the district and to the teacher. And of course, it wouldn't be 2012 if we weren't all over social media with this as well. So you can also, from our Facebook page, access YouTube. So it's not just a written lesson plan. You can also get all of the presentations that we've done to show students a lot of different, really exciting presentations, anything from making different chemicals disappear to setting ice on fire to, I really enjoy watching them. So it's an exciting thing. And we're, of course, expanding across the country to all our affiliates. It started as an Illinois program. We're now shooting it across the country. With our virtual capacity, it means that there is no district in the country for any member of the legislature that wants to have ScienceWorks available as a resource to their science teaching professionals. It will be there for them. And before the question even gets asked, it's completely through our corporate social responsibility avenue. It's non-branded. There's no therapeutic area investment from it. It's merely to be able to excite the students and teachers and get the best STEM training we have in the classroom. And here, like I said, ordinarily, if we were hooked up to the internet, I'd kind of show you an inspirational 2-minute video that kind of walks through and gives you a brief touch, but you can access this online if you go to scienceworks.org. So I just want to thank you for your time today. That was hopefully brief. And can get your district science teachers can get involved with this program. We're passionate about it at Astellas because, as I said, we have a number of research facilities in the United States, from North Carolina to New York to Illinois to Oklahoma to California and a number of others. And each one of those research centers is not a standalone facility. It's people. And we can have the best equipment in the world, we can have the best facilities in the world, but if we don't have the best and brightest scientists in the world, we don't have a research facility that's going to generate the next generation of medicine to be able to bring to the doctors, to bring to their patients. So we're very excited about it. We hope you folks are as well. Please feel free to contact me. I'll put you in touch with those folks, or just go online and you can contact them as well. And anything we can do to help your science teaching professionals, help the next generation of science teaching professionals, research scientists, and anyone else that wants to get involved in an area I'm passionate about, science, technology, engineering, and math, please don't hesitate to let us know. So thank you for the time. We really appreciate it.